We'll talk about Kanye West's strange appearance on The Alex Jones Show, plus the political machinations of the wine box industry. Yet another industry you need to fear. That's coming up next on The Bell Howard Show.
You're listening to The Bell Howard Show.
I was a big deal in 1996.
And now,
the internet is destroying America and giving me a comeback.
Here's your host.
Podcast is like a radio show, but with slightly fewer commercials.
Bell Howard.
It's the Bell Howard Show. I'm Bell Howard. Welcome to Freedom Island, folks, where we have free food, free thought, free expression, and free coffee, but not free love, because it's gross. Did I say free food? That's a new one. I threw that one in there. There's no free food anywhere, but free coffee is everywhere. If you're willing to go to a AA meeting and so forth. Of course, they have free coffee for people with legitimate problems in life. Speaking of legitimate problems, I've been away from the show for a while because dealing with a family situation here. My great aunt Regina, my mom's sister, passed away, 85 years old, and she used to say all the time, she used to say, "So that happened," and so everyone at her funeral was just saying that all day long. So that happened. And I think she actually got that engraved on her headstone. So if you're walking through a cemetery somewhere in California and you see a headstone that says, "So that happened," that's her. So doing some cleanup there in her house, and a mystery remains, though. She was on some medication, and the medication's called zoradiprophamine or something like that. Anyway, it's just one of those. They advertise it on TV, and it's one of those medications that has about 1,000 side effects. They take half the commercial just listing side effects and all the things you have to be careful of if you happen to take this medication. And the stuff just sounds lethal. I don't know how anyone could take it. Here's a clip from the commercial. Just play that, Wes. This is the ad for zoradiprophamine, I think it's called. Take a listen.
Side effects include heart palpitations, diarrhea, nausea, loss of eyesight, loss of direction in life. Zoradiprophamine may also cause your heart to stop functioning, which may cause discomfort or even death. Don't take zoradiprophamine if you have functioning limbs, live near trees, own a car, live next to power lines. If you hear a sharp ringing in your ears, go outside, look up at the sky, and wait for the mothership to take you back to your home planet. Zoradiprophamine may cause hallucinations a la A Christmas Carol, where you may meet dead coworkers that suddenly appear in your bedroom and take you on a journey of self-discovery, where you just might learn the true meaning of Christmas.
So there you go. It's got to be one of those. I mean, imagine in her final moments hallucinating and seeing one of her old coworkers from her textile factory job in Newark. Just frightening stuff. I mean, all that stuff should be banned. All right, on the phone now is my guest today. It's Professor Rapp from Battle Creek Community College in Michigan. Professor, how are you today?
Well, hey, I'm Professor Rapp. I don't take crap.
Oh.
I have a PhD from the School of Hip Hop. When I step into the party, all the panties drop.
So you rap too. Okay. Well, it's funny. The second part of that, you say you have a PhD in hip hop, and then what's the party? Is that like your graduation party celebrating you receiving your PhD? I just don't see the connection there.
Yeah, something along those lines, yeah.
And then you're at the party. Would just having a PhD compel women to take off their underwear?
Look, I'm just freestyling here, and I don't know where this stuff comes from.
Well, it's good to have an expert here and talk about this Kanye West thing. I mean, he's controversial to say the least, and it seems like his public outbursts just keep getting worse and worse. Now he goes on Alex Jones, no stranger to controversy himself, but even AJ was uncomfortable with his Hitler comments and what. So tell us. So go through what Kanye said, and you don't have to rap to this. You can just say it normally.
Well, thanks for having me. What Kanye said was a tragedy.
Yeah. Again, I mean, you could just talk. You don't have to.
Oh, sorry.
And I like rap as much as the next guy. I think I still have an LP of Rex and Effects, mid-'90s hit Rump Shaker. So
yeah.
good stuff.
So, Hitler, right? Once you drop the H-bomb, there's no coming back from that one. You're done, I think. But Kanye is tapping into a burgeoning market. I really think he's going after what most companies are afraid to touch, and that's the racist millennial market.
Now, he said he loves Hitler. Do you think he's just being provocative here?
But the thing is,
he's just saying that.
this isn't new. Many black rappers try to emulate evil white men. Tupac liked Machiavelli. Jay-Z named his brand after Rockefeller, who basically had the same views as Hitler. So Heavy D wanted to be like Marky Mark. So Kanye West, P. Diddy said, "I'll run crack in Iraq. I'm the president of tapping that butt crack."
P. Diddy said that?
I'm like George W. Bush, but I'm black. So
What song was that?
he just said that in passing at a dinner party. So what Kanye is doing is nothing new.
So what's next for Kanye? He's sort of traversing the alt-right sphere now. And does he go full Lincoln Rockwell? I mean, he says he wants to go into politics. What do you think happens to him from here on out?
He'll probably go into politics. I'm not sure if he'll go into politics. Like I said, he's going after a new market. Racism and anti-Semitism. If you're not afraid to go there, there's some money to be made. Already, Kanye's fashion label has KKK pajamas. KKK, of course, stands for Kanye's Crazy Cotton, which is part of his whole Blood and Soil sleepover lineup. He's also producing a lot of rappers like him, artists who lean right. For example, Condoleezza Rice, former Secretary of State under George W. Bush, and now in the rap game. I Cap'n, who single-handedly started the pirate rap genre, busting caps and other pirates' asses. And, Jews for Yeezus, a group of 4 guys, not very good rappers, but the only Jews who still like Kanye and his music.
Well, I don't understand how someone could make money from this going forward. I mean, saying you like Nazis publicly used to destroy your career. Anyway, thanks Professor. Thanks so much for coming on. Do you want to plug your class at Battle Creek Community College?
What class?
The class that you teach on hip hop. You're a professor, right?
No, I'm just a student here at the college. Professor Rap is my rapper name.
So okay, so
came to rap and I came to rhyme, but it looks like we're out of time. So to all the pretty ladies and the sexy girls,
you don't have to. So what's your real name?
It's Doug Keeley.
All right, let's just call you Professor Rap then. So we'll put a link to your music in the show notes. Professor Rap, ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-huh.
Well, you've heard of big tech, big pharma, but how about big wine? That's right. If you're from California like I am, you know most of these politicians and the Democrat mafia that run this state are all in the pockets of big wine, the wine industry, and that includes the wine box industry. There's an article here in the Wine Press, a blog solely dedicated to the corruption and dirty politics of the wine and the wine box industry. This article it names names. It goes on to show how entangled the DNC is with the wine box industry. You know, it has this big list of names here, and all of these names, I could have told you a lot of these names actually before I read this article. But it shows that there's a pipeline here, folks. High-level execs in the wine box industry, and that's the real story here, is that California's illustrious wine industry is now dominated by the wine boxers. The wine boxers that place people in local politics, and they make sure these criminals stay in office. Not only that, but they back all the major Democrats in California. All the DNC bigwigs, Gavin Newsom, Paul Pelosi and his wife Nancy, Dianne Bachstein, Barbara Feinbeam, Margaret Krautenheimer, Dim Whitler. The list goes on. Shelley Berry Rodunda Beamer, head of Napa Valley School District for 40 years. All those rascals. Chris Bingen, who was comptroller in Clovis until Barbara Smith McWhitty took over. The whole gang, that whole cabal, all of the China Forrester from Impedance was Grand Guardian of the Imperial Valley. Worked 4 years as a high-level exec for the Botticelli wine boxery. She's in it too. All these people who you know and loathe. Bill Crimley and his brother Sarah. They're all in it. Daniel Yamamoto and his robot son, X80. They're both Grand Secretary of the Lodge in Gilroy, and they're doing a great job of ruining the economy here. So there's no shortage of Tiki Totoa, for God's sakes, and Samuel Asshole. I mean, if you like parasitic leeches attaching themselves to the genitalia of America, then look no further than the wine box industry. Well, folks, that's the show for today. What a crazy time we live in, and that's why we've got to stay in touch. So find us on Facebook and become part of our growing army of lonely men and a few lonely women who have sacrificed principles for convenience and who now spend their days drinking wine from a box while pretending to educate themselves on Bitcoin. Don't worry, we'll be here when you need us the most. And what can I say? Stay safe, stay sane, and stay free. Bye now.